Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. Today's episode will be Hercules Unbound, number 6, 30 cents from back in 1976. This is by Jerry Conway and Jose Lopez. Now remember, if you're interested in this book, it is available on my eBay webpage, papas-comic-books. As you can see, this has a date stamp right on it also. All right, let's get to it. Hercules Unbound versus the unbeatable God of War. The power and the glory of the Hercules Unbound, even a god may die. Morning in London, post-World War III. The sun has been up for an hour now, and the day promises to be warm and mellow. For most of the city's inhabitants, it's a good day, but for some, it still seems night. The night filled with horror and sorrow, and the death of a canine friend. The climactic story of Earth after disaster, presented by these guys. I've never seen anyone as brave as Kevin. His dog dies, but does he cry? No. And I think that disturbs me. It makes me feel a little bit frightened. There's so much about Kevin I don't understand, and it worries me. He's blind, but in certain ways, he sees things more clearly than I do. He's a stranger, and in a few short weeks, he's become more important to me than a brother. I can't understand the boy, and I doubt Hercules can either. For that matter, I don't understand Hercules. He calls himself a god, the son of Zeus, the prince of Olympus. But that's so fantastic and unbelievable, I'd have to believe him crazy if I didn't know for a fact that this whole thing is true. After all, I was a prisoner in hell, and Hercules freed me. If that doesn't suspend a girl's disbelief, then what can I? Kevin, Hercules, look out! I see them, Jennifer Monroe. Aye, I see them, and I know their armor well. They are soldiers of ours, the war god. And they seek to slay us all. Well then, mate, they're in for a bloody surprise. This air part of London is my territory. And Doric Malloy protects his own. Come on, mates, kill the steel-sheathed swine. Hercules, what happened? Don't worry yourself about it, lad. We just killed ourselves some scum, that's all. I'm afraid that's not a Doric Malloy. I hear horse hooves in the distance, growing louder. These soldiers have allies. And lo they come. Sweet mother of mercy, it's a bleeding army. 5 of them. We can't possibly defeat 5. Can we? In the spirit wills it, Jennifer Monroe, anything may be done. Anything? Muscles rippling, standing out like bands of solid steel across his arms and shoulders. The son of Zeus performs the nigh impossible. Then turns to look for something more. He sees it, and he becomes enraged. Hercules, help me. An ordinary man might choose an ordinary recourse of running, leap, perhaps a throw, a stone, a swinging club. But need we point it out? Hercules is not an ordinary man. He's a man god. And his action is extraordinary. He's tearing up the whole bloomin' street. It's like a bloody earthquake. Aftermath amid the runes, there are new runes. Amid the new runes, there is movement and life. You okay, Kevin? Thought I saw you smack your head. Don't fret, Jenny, I'm fine. But Basil, how's? Oh, for a moment there, with all that excitement, I almost forgot. He's dead, Kevin. I'm sorry, but nothing can change that. I would not be so sure, Jennifer Monroe. Huh? Perhaps in the distance, death can be changed. In this instance. Huh? For real? No lie? I knew you wouldn't let Basil just die, Herc. You couldn't let him down. You couldn't let me down. Ah, pardon me, lad. 'Tis apparent I'm wanted. Will you tell me why you did that? Will you give me one good reason for breaking a young boy's heart? Will you? Jennifer, lower your voice. You know Kevin has ears like a hawk, or whatever the expression is. Will you allow me to explain? I can, Jennifer Monroe, but will require the relating of a story. Have patience, I implore you, for unlike our friend in the underworld, Orpheus, I have no way with words, encountered in Hercules Unbound. 'Tis a story which begins in the gardens of Mount Olympus, nigh on 2,000 years ago. Verily 'twas the happiest hour of my life. A time before my feud with Ares, when he and I were, if not friends, at least not enemies. That day he was falconing with another god, Siphus, a favorite sport of Ares, perhaps because of the violence involved. Ares was particularly proud of his bird, a gift from our father Zeus. He called it Red Claw, because of the blood in which the falcon seemed to bathe. On this day, Ares was assured of victory for his bird, but something went wrong. Perhaps a gust of wind threw Red Claw off balance. Perhaps the falcon lost his nerve. In any event, it was Red Claw which fell that day, not the other bird. Red Claw which fell dead at Ares' feet. Never before or since have I seen Ares distraught over the death of any creature, man or beast. He bent over the bird, caressing it with hands strangely gentle. As he touched the Red Claw, something odd occurred. The falcon seemed to glow with unearthly energy and suddenly live again. How I know not, but 'twould appear Ares had the touch of life. Incredible, but I believe you. In a way, it's almost fitting. The god of war holding the secret of resurrection? Do you think we can force Ares to help us? We can, Jennifer Monroe, and by Zeus we will. But first Ares must be found, and though his whereabouts are still a mystery to Hercules, it need no longer be an enigma for us. We have only to look here to the destiny fields of the Salisbury Plain, where we find the god of war. At the ruins of the ancient Stonehenge. Oh, riders, the day's ride is at end, for we've reached our destination. The mystic forces flow deep in this place like a dark subterranean river. We'll bathe in those waters tonight, and before morning, we'll meet our destiny. Nutcake is going to meet his destiny sooner than he thinks, Simon Chum. Once I get these ropes off, cover me, will you? Of course, David. Master, the mortal, he's escaping. After him, dolt. Catch him or die. Forgive me, lads, but a promise is a promise and all that. That's one blighter you'll just have to lose. Woo! Simon St. Charles, this I swear, tonight you will regret you were ever born. Afternoon on the outskirts of the rubble which was once London. Our minds are composed, Durrick and Malloy. You can't change them. We must leave London now, today. Well, Governor, if that's the way it's got to be. Then, what can I say but good luck? I hope you find what you're looking for, all you. Thanks, Durrick, I mean that. You've been a real friend, even though, Hercules, I hear something. A horse riding this way, galloping, Grump. Oh my, it's David. The nights are cold on the Salisbury Plain, the breeze sharp and chill. Less than 6 months ago, a visitor to the plain at night might hear crickets in the dark, but no more. The crickets are gone, more victims of the last world war, the war which Ares proudly calls his. Do you wonder about your fate, Simon St. Charles? Does it concern you? I'd be insane if I didn't, old man. Insane, mortal fool? What can such as you can know of insanity? Have you lived thrice 10,000 years? Have you seen Holocaust follow Holocaust, war follow war, plague follow plague? Have you sought death 1,000,000 times and found only life everlasting? You ask what I want from the human race, and I tell you, I want war, death, destruction. I want the peace which an immortal can never find, the peace of black oblivion. There is your reason for war, Simon St. Charles. There is the lust of darkness eternal. If you crave death, war god, step forth, and it shall be yours. Hercules, coming here was the last mistake you'll ever make, you sentimental fool. Guards, take him. I've not come here to fight your trained dogs, Ares. I've come to battle the god of war and to settle our feud for all eternity. Can it be you're afraid to face me? Is Ares no more than a clawing jackal? And a coward too? By all the demons in hell, give me my war mace. And let the battle begin. At once the two gods lash out, Ares swinging a spiked mace, Hercules armed only with his fist and his power. Overhead the gathering storms, clouds clash, lightning scores the midnight sky. An immortal bread thunder quakes the muddy earth. With two shattering blows the son of Zeus sends Ares fleeing. Yet, not for naught, was Ares named God of War. In the moment of recovery he strikes. Bram! And this time Hercules is the one to stumble, stagger, and fall. Rise, damn you, rise, that I might smite you as you stand. Rise and make victory all the sweeter. Nay, war god, I have no need to rise. For victory is farther than you think. You dare mock me even now? Is it any wonder that I hate you, that I have hated you since the day Zeus claimed you as his own? Yet I was you he loved while I was despised. I was spurned, and Olympus Zeus kept us apart and forbade our battling, but we are on Olympus no longer. And tonight you die. The son of Zeus makes but one reply, a sudden shattering blow to the earths beside him. The only reply the god of war will need. Tendrils of vibrations reach out through the ground, touching the ancient columns of Stonehenge. Ba-doom! And like the hand of an invisible giant, slamming them down. The war is over, Ares. Our feud has finished. Admit defeat, and perhaps 'tis possible we may yet be friends. Are you deaf or insane? Friends with you? I'd sooner be Pluto's slave. Deimos, move quickly. Fire the human weapon. Now! There is sound, there is fury, and when the sound dies, for the passing of the heartbeat, there is silence, deathly silence. Then I grow weary of these games. There will be an end, Ares. I swear there will be an end. Do you hear? Aye, brother, I hear. Bargains are made, a truce is called, and from the shadows 4 others join Hercules and the slightly deafened Simon St. Charles. The reunion is a somber one, for there's little joy in this meeting and more than a little defeat. In return for my freedom, I'll do as you ask, Hercules, though why the life of a mangy cur should be sufficient payment for my so-called crimes, I'll never understand, nor do I expect your understanding, Ares. Brother, you puzzle me. Brother, your puzzlement is a comfort. If you could understand my motives, I would consider those motives suspect. And you too, and too much like your own. I see. And now, Hercules, what now? You may flee. Like that. Free to go? Free to flee. Free to know this if ever I find you again. one of us shall surely die. Then meet again we shall, O brother, and in that meeting only Ares will survive. Like the man said, Hercules, what now? Have we won or what? Against the god of war, no one ever wins, Jennifer Monroe. Against war, there are no final victories. Next, a new menace and a new direction from the man out of myth. Ooh. The top is dead. All right, Monogram Models. John Rakowski. Browning presents The Adventures of John Rakowski. Well, that was Hercules Unbound versus the Unbeatable God of War. Number 6, 30 cents back in 1976. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what was wrong. Tell me what you liked. As always, this is available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. And as I always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa out.